Ladies and gentlemen, he's here, the Vobes. Yes, here he is. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Vobes show. Slightly different, slightly Christmas theme. Sorry about the discoloration. I do apologise about the discoloration. Only, I've had a few technical issues, but I'm back in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it's lovely to see Anne Osborne is here, Judith Oakley, Steve Blakey, Cynthia Walder, the lovely Julia is out there, which is fantastic. Wendy Waitlin, hello to you, John Berger, Steve Blakey, Pam Earnshaw, and many more are arriving all the time. Now, just to explain the setup, if you are watching on YouTube, of course, this is a repeat. If you're watching now on Facebook on the, what are we, the 19th of December, ladies and gentlemen, then it's live. If you're watching at 8 o'clock, that is. If you're watching at any other time, it is a repeat. Now, I just need to do one thing. The studio is in strange lighting. I do appreciate that. A few technical issues just before the show. Desperately trying to white balance. Camera wouldn't white balance. So here we are with this very odd lighting. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. Will he rant today? Says John Berger. Well, you never know your luck. You never know your luck. Now, hold on a second. Hold your horses. I've got to just fiddle with a little fiddle faddle and hope that this is going to work for me. I can read your comments, ladies and gentlemen. For example, Daniel is there. He says, good evening, Richard. Back in the studio. Yes, you've noticed. I'm back in the studio, which is great. Dave Baker has arrived. Andy Joy, what joy it is to have Andy Joy. Indeed. Judith Oakley, she says, hi all, can only stay for a few minutes. Why? Why can you only stay for a few minutes? We'd like you to stay for a little bit longer, if that's all right. Daniel says, it's me, Daniel Richard. Yeah, just said that, didn't I? I just said that. No need to keep saying it. I know it's you. Even though you might have a sneaky name called Rachel, but I know it's you, you nana. Have to keep moving the... What? Don't keep moving, blooming things. Hang on, just a minute. Years ago, these... That's better. It's sort of working. John Small has arrived. Paul Hine. Hello, Paul. John Berger says, just going by Naked Englishman today, my friend. That was all. Quite a rant. Yes, quite a rant. Actually, I've heard from a few people back, majority actually agreeing with me, which is quite jolly. Malcolm Glazier is here. Says, lovely Teddy. Where's the lovely Teddy? Oh, me. I'm a lovely Teddy, don't you know? Why aren't you just keeping up with me, you silly things? Yeah, so Steve Pilfold says, I've done with people ranting today. Oh, have you had a bit of trouble with people ranting? That's a shame. Paul and Suzanne Watts have arrived. Good evening. Lovely to see you. Thanks for popping by. Laura Riddle is here. Claire Leach, which is very nice to see you guys. Thank you very much for coming by on this. Isn't it been a rubbish day? If you're in the UK, hasn't it been an absolute rubbish day? It's been a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Who wants to go out on wet, horrible day? Now, I'm waiting to see if Mr. Suggett is joining us, because Mr. Suggett and I have planned... Oh, yeah, we have. We plan to go out and do some filming tomorrow. Now, I don't know what the weather is going to be like. She said, she sells seashells on the seashore. But I'm not sure she does. Not today, anyway. It was a bit grim. But we are going to go out for a walk, you see, tomorrow, which would be nice. A walk like this. Walkie. I'm on my feet again, you see. Well, I thought the foot, being on your feet was so good last time on Monday's show with Lee Connolly from the Skinny Jeans Doodah. I thought it was so good that I would carry on by, doing it on my feet. And look, I got the old flag out. The old microphone flag. Yeah, it's nice. Claire Leach says she loves the hat, which is great. Paul Couchman has arrived. Hello, Paul. So I don't know what to do about tomorrow, because everything's going to be wet underfoot. We were going to do this very, very long walk, but actually I think what we do, I think we might just try and do a couple of smaller walks rather than one long walk, which we may end up to our knees in mud. Which would be a bit terrible. Fiona Cooper, hello to you. Very nice to see you. Thank you very much for coming by. I keep having to move down here I need to get something higher. Has anyone got an old projector stand? An old projector stand. You know the old cine projector stands? That would be really great, because you could have a cine projector stand and it would do it. There's Mr. Suggett. Hello, Mr. Suggett. Sup? Very nice to see you. I was just saying, our walk tomorrow, I was thinking maybe we won't do the walk to Arundel from Pulborough. because it may be very, very muddy and we may get a mess. So I thought we could do the Stopham Bridge to the Mott and Bailey. We could do that one. That would be all right. And then maybe we could squeeze another one in. We'll think about where we could go from there. So put your thinking cap on, Mr. Suggett. I know that there's loads of thoughts that you've had. Chris Nash is there. It says, been a strange day. It has been a strange day, actually. Very strange. I had a rant this morning. You may have heard about it. We won't be ranting on this. Well, I might have a rant. I might have a rant. I may well do. But not on the same subject. Fiona Cooper says, nice hat, just need a Christmas jumper. Yes, I should have put on my Christmas jumper, but then the Christmas jumper that I've got, that the lovely Julia got for me, which thank you very much, lovely Julia, the Christmas jumper that I've got has a hat on. So I'd like to have two hats, so that would be a bit weird. Sorry, says Mr. Silent. Sorry I'm late. Was in the cinema. Oh, what were you doing in the cinema? Oh, don't tell me. Fixing the fridges in the cinema, because obviously they like to get the temperature nice and cool in those cinemas, so that when you're watching something like Scott of the Antarctic, you know, they can open the fridge doors and blast you all with cold, which would be rather good. Robert Crosser says, prefer the hat you had on in the recent video. Yes, I'm sorry about that, but I haven't got the hat that I wore on in the recent video. I do apologise. It's in the other room. But you'll have to do with the Christmas hat for the moment, because this is the 19th of December. Christmas is coming. Look, I've decked the house in wonderful attire. Yeah, so that's quite nice. Richard Suggett says, hi, Dan. Oh, hi, Dan. Nice to see you. Whoever you are, Dan. Dan, the mysterious man, I suppose. Laura agrees. Aquaman. Laura Aquaman. I don't know quite that one is. But anyway, never mind. So hoping to do some walking in the near future. Now, what's going to happen over the Christmas period? Ooh, are we going to still have Vobe shows? Are we still going to get walks in? Well, I don't actually know when Christmas Day is. Hang on, it's the 19th today. And what's today? Today's Wednesday. So tomorrow's Thursday the 20th. Friday the 21st. Saturday the 22nd, Sunday the 23rd, Monday the 24th, Tuesday the 25th, that'd be Christmas, Wednesday the 26th, blimey. So what you're saying is it less than a week. Oh my God, do you know I have not bought one present yet? I have not gone out. I mean, this is the first time, seconds before the show went up. This is no word of a lie, ladies and gentlemen. No word of a lie. Seconds before the show went up, I just thought, oh golly, I thought we were going to have a bit of a Christmas theme on here, which is why it's so terribly decored. I need the lovely Julia to come and do a little bit of artistry in the studio. I tell you this, though, you're lucky to have me back in here, because this place, this whole house was in a right old mess. And I don't know quite why the lighting is a bit strange. I might be able to, hang on a minute, I might be able to, let's see if I can try something here with, we'll try that. Is that better? Oh, hang on. Try that. Has that changed? No, that's not changed a blooming thing. It's supposed to have done. Oh yeah, there we go. That's no good either. What? Hang on, let me try something else. That one. Is that any better? So, that's a much warmer one, but that might be too warm. Hang on, let's see if that's any better. I'm just waiting for the feedback because I can't see the monitor. That's... What do you do? What do you do? If I put it on auto, I don't know. One push, it says. If I put one push, it's going to go bonkers. Shall I go back to that one? Let's try that one for a little while and see what happens. It's cold looking though, that one. Sort of all cold and shivery. I don't like it. Yeah, you see what I mean? That's not nice either. I'm looking at the feet. That's horrible. No, I'm going to go down. Sorry. I don't know. The lighting in here is abysmal. I don't quite know what to do about it. I've got too much of a mixture, you see. Let's go to that one and hell with it. Right, let's go to the things. If only there was a document on the wall. A document? What do you mean, a document? I don't know what you're talking about. With all the days on it. Oh, yes, here we go. Yes, there is. And actually, we haven't turned the calendar for a while. This was November. You wouldn't have seen November. That was November. Look, there it is. It's very nice. And thanks very much, Steve. And this is December. Look at that. That is the December one. And that was in Petworth Park with the lovely Julia and the wonderful Ed Warren. So there we go. Oh, I'm looking at the it's a lovely picture for January. Oh, it's really cool. And February is good too. 2019. What does it go up to then? This dictionary. It's not a dictionary actually. It's 2009. There's a nice one in March. March is my favourite, but you'll have to wait, obviously, to see those. Thanks, Steve, for pointing that out because I'm struggling there to work it all out. Anyway. Thanks very much for that. Dean says, it's the day when I get on my sleigh and come down your chimney. Oh, Dean, I wouldn't come down my chimney. They're likely to be very warm. The fire is most likely to be lit, so it's not going to be very nice. Glenn says, I want to go to the Mott and Bailey Castle, but I'm working. Ah, poor old you, Glenn. We're going to beat you to it. We're going to beat you. We're going to beat you. We're going to beat you to it. Mind you, if it's all flooded and wet, we may actually not be able to get up the castle, up the mound to the Mott. It may be a bit, perilous, ladies and gentlemen. Perilous, perilous. Steve Pilfold says, that's cold. Yes, I know. That's better. Says, better warmer, says Linda. Yes, better warmer, because we don't want a nice cold look, do we? Daniel says he's agreeing that that's better, so that's good. Claire Leach is replying to somebody called Jason Marconi. I don't know who Jason Marconi is, but I'm sure he's a very nice bloke. He's the bloke who eats too much macaroni. I'm sure there must be somebody on YouTube who's a macaroni devotee who gobbles up more macaroni than you could possibly throw a cat at. And if you could throw a cat out, what would happen to the macaroni when it lands? I don't know, something rather grim and nasty and unpronounceable. Glenn is lovely. Julia says, me too, Glenn, but I need to get my hair interrupted. What? Repurpled a bit. Now, I have a screen behind here, ladies and gentlemen, as you can imagine, which is giving me a feedback of the thing which I'm reading. But, unfortunately, it's a very low-res television. It's a large one, but it's very low-res. I managed to sort of hoik it out the arc. It's so low-res, I am struggling. But at least I'm reading the comments from, there, rather than... Oh, and Michael says that... Down from, below. So at least that's something. Claire's also joining the thing, saying that's better. So I'm pleased about that. Chris E. Nash says he liked the weather today. Oh, did you? Well, that's very nice. I'm glad you did like the weather. Umbrella weather, wasn't it? If you're thinking of a gift for somebody at Christmas, umbrellas, always useful. Always useful. Lovely umbrellas. I did get... I need to thank a couple of people. I've left the cards out of the studio. But firstly, the lovely Charles Aloysius Stell sent me a rather lovely card. Thank you very much. Terence Dackham also sent me a card. Thank you for the card. They're in the other room. I may be able to run and get them a little bit later in the show because I've got something to play in. Yeah. And I had a box from Ella's Beehive, from Eric and Bridget and Ella, a box with some stuff in for the lovely Julia and I. But, ladies and gentlemen, yes, can't actually open them until Julia's here, because that would be unfair, So we'll have to wait and see what Julia is, when she can next get to the show. I don't suppose she'll come on Friday because that'll be ice skating. Not ice skating, rollerblading. Not rollerblading, roller discoing, because she discos on a roller thing. Elizabeth Houston is right. Hello, Liz. Lovely to see you. Excuse the mess. Excuse the nonsense. Just excuse me, really. Claire Leach says, wasn't it nice getting home on the bus and walking home very wet? Wasn't nice. I thought you said, wasn't it nice? It was lovely, dear. Like to go home on the bus in the pouring rain. Oh, without an umbrella, presumably. In the pouring rain. Oh, it's a bit of a miserable time. Yeah, it probably... Where are you going? No, come back. What are you mucking about? No, stop it. Stop mucking about. There, look at them. No, hang on. There we are. Look, we're back. Robert Crosser says, stream of consciousness again. Yes, it's... My whole life is a stream of consciousness. Everything I do is a stream of consciousness, as it happens. Now, in today's show, I am going to play in a video because last week we had a lovely time last week. But we did. Was it this week? I'm trying to think. You've been watching. Actually, it was last week. It must have been. whenever it was, it doesn't really matter. We went out. What did we do? We went to around Ashurst, the lovely Julia and I. And we did some lovely walking, and you've been watching the video. Hopefully, you've been watching the videos on the Bald Explorer and the marvellous videos they are. Oh, I know. Thank you so much. They are very marvellous videos. Anyway, part 2 is coming out tomorrow. I've edited it up today, and it'll be coming out tomorrow. And when we finished part 2, we were sitting on this this log. Tree. It was a glorified log, a very big log, really, if you like that sort of thing. And anyway, we're sitting on there. And we were just going, I was just packing up the gear because we did a behind the scenes, which I can't remember now if that's gone into last week's one or this week. It must have gone into last week's one. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. The point is, we did a behind the scenes and we were just packing up the camera and all that kind of malarkey. And I looked down and blow me, I thought, oh, look at that. Someone's chucked a plastic box on the floor. And I thought it was rubbish. So I picked it up and then we were scrambling round to see if there was any other bits of rubbish that somebody had left, their lunch, and they chucked away their Tupperware pot. Turns out it was a geocache. We'd stumbled across it, not using a GOS, Jim will fix it for me. No, he's dead, isn't he? GPS, the General Post Office system, whatever it was. Anyway, guided purpose satellites, General Purpose System. Well, and you know what it means. Anyway, we found it on our own accord. Yes, and we put it back together again, and we put did we put? I think we put a what's the name in it? One of them publicity things. One of these cards we put in. You see, and then I posted a picture on the Facebook thing. And somebody said, believe this or believe it not, and it's true, they said, what's geocaching? And I thought, what do you mean, what's geocaching? Surely everybody knows what geocaching is. It's been around since the 2000s, hasn't it? Since the GPOS systems have been, I think since the days of BOAC were there. When Croydon Aerodrome, London Aerodrome was, I think, since they invented the satellite back in... who was that bloke, with the telescope? Galileo. He discovered satellites, didn't he? Because the moon is a satellite, isn't it? It goes around. That's just, I don't know what system the moon uses to get your GPOS in the right place, but they use a system on the moon. Hello, says Nigel Sadler, from the middle of our Christmas food shopping in the Orange branded supermarket. Orange. I thought orange was E. Oh, wait. I know what you mean. I've been to Ashurst, says Robert Croser. Now, there seems to be a number of Ashursts, actually. Ash being a tree, Hurst being a hill or a hillock with trees, or a clearing on a hillock with trees. So that sort of explains it. But where? Which Ashurst have you been? I was talking to the one in West Sussex. Other people was saying that there's one in the New Forest. And no doubt, Robert, there's probably one as far up north as you are by old Hadrian's Wall. The lovely George Timperley has arrived. Hello, George Timperley. Lovely to see you. Malcolm Glazer says the walks have been very good of late. Yes, the other ones have been pretty crap, haven't they? They've been rabbit. But these ones, these new ones, very good. Yeah, well, you see, I'm getting a bit better. I'm beginning to hold the camera the right way round, more off my face than in my face, more of the landscape and less of me, which is good. Thank God he's dead, says Robert Crosser. Yes, absolutely. Thank God he is, because otherwise we'd all be giving him a good kicking. The lovely Julia says global positioning system. There we go. Globular. There's a word you don't hear very often. Malcolm says GPO, yes, the General Post Office, of course. And Matthew Holdsworth says Global Positioning System. And George Timperley says, I'm ever so sorry. I'm so sorry I'm late. I do apologise. If you wish to give me lines, I will look much older. And actually, if you draw lines on his face, he would look a lot older. Mark McLeod is also adding to the GPS thing. Thank you very much. It's very nice that you all know that. Down your way near Brighton. Ah, so it's the same Ashurst then. The one with the pub that Ringo Starr... No, not Ringo Starr. Ring Him Up in the Morning. No, not Ring Him Up in the Morning. One of the goons did the... Not the goons. Not Peter Sellers. Oh, that band. Oh, what are they? Not Bananarama. The one with the Beatle bloke. I can't, whatever his name. Paul McCartney. Yes, there's a pub there called the Fountain Inn with Paul McCartney, and they did something like, last Christmas we had a pint, and the very next day... I wish I hadn't, because I was feeling really rough. It wasn't that song. That was Michael somebody or other. George Michael. I nearly said Michael Foot then, but I don't think Michael Foot did much singing, did he? Malcolm Glazier is going LOL. Arthur C. Clarke invented the artificial satellite, not the real satellite, just artificial. Well, anyone could do that. I mean, if you give me a piece of paper, I could probably invent an artificial satellite, to be honest with you. You know, I have got a black belt in origami, so be careful. Simon Brown has arrived. Thank you very much, Simon Brown. Do take a seat if you can find one. A lot of people have come in today. A lot of people are sitting down and probably facing the wall, to be fair. Robert says, Julia is never wrong. She's never wrong. She's never... And if she is wrong, never tell her she's wrong. Unless you want... Oh, Julia, that was a bit sharp. Lynn Bussey, hello to you. Thank you for coming along. It's lovely to see you, of course. Chris Nash, he says, Richard needs a bar stool to sit on. Yeah, actually, could you get me a nice... Could someone send me a lovely bar stool? That would be very nice. One of those chrome ones that are quite expensive. If you could send one of those, that would be great. I could have a nice sit down. It'd be lovely. Dean Cooper says, I know Ashurst very well. The Fountain Pub, famous for Paul McCartney. I've just said that. Paul McCartney's video in a lovely old church near the school. Yeah, and didn't I make a video about Ashurst Church with the lovely John, whatever his name was, who was a butcher? Didn't I do that? There's no point telling me after I've been speaking about it. Huh. This is all a bit bizarre, isn't it? Steve Pilfold is replying to himself, by all accounts. It seems to be much better after screaming. Oh, OK. Paul and Wings did, says Malcolm Glazier. Anyway, the point was, I was getting on with my story. Oh, yes, sorry. There we were in Ashurst doing this, not geocaching, but we've managed to find it by global positioning systems. Thank you. I thought it would be far more technical than that. Global satellite positioning systems is quite easy to remember if you don't put the middle word in that I just shoved in. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I thought I'd play in a little, because we decided to give it a whirl. We made a video about geocaching, and then we got a bit excited by the whole thing. So we went after another one. We got our phones and they were beeping and beep, bleep, turn left, walk 400 yards, turn right, go down a mine shaft, keep going till you get to the centre of the earth. Never eat your cheese on a Wednesday. You can take a dog to water, but you can't make it wag its tail. So we did all that, and we had a good time, and I'm going to play in the video if I can find the blooming thing. So just bear with me. I've got to bend down out of the shot like this. It's a bit embarrassing, but you know, at the moment, that's the only way I can do it. So here we go. Ready? It's 2. We have been out in the country geocaching. Ha-ha! If you go to the Bald Explorer website or you go onto the Bald Explorer YouTube or Facebook channels, where have we dumped our lovely videos? The lovely Julia and I. We have been doing a little bit of geocaching and making videos and explaining, and a podcast about exactly what they are and how you find them. It's very easy. You download something on your phone, an app. Yep. That's what it's called. And you track where these hidden little treasure troves are, and it's rather magical. And then you go roaming around in the countryside. Oh, there's one with all sorts of little treasures in it. Which is a little car in this one. Yeah. We've got a car. We're not taking it though. No, and sometimes you can put your own thing in. So very cheekily, I put a Bald Explorer, of course, card. Why wouldn't we? Yeah, a bit of publicity. The next person who finds it, and you never know what you're going to see when you're out in the countryside. Maybe country things like horses. Hello.
Horses.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Lovely horses.
I'm not too jealous.
Yeah, so rather than coming out with me on a geocache hunt, the lovely Julia would rather be out there riding on the horses.
Well, not necessarily riding, just being with them. But anyways.
Yeah, so anyway, that's what we get up to on the Vobes, on the Bold Explorer. But we could pretend to be on a horse, couldn't we?
We could.
Come on. For more fun and frolics,
What a bunch of idiots!
join us on the Bold Explorer. I'm here, I am here. I'm just pressing buttons. Hold on, bear with me. There we go. Oh, sorry about that. Just got to press certain buttons to make sure everything's still working. Cool. That was fun though, wasn't it? And those horses just came at exactly the right moment, so that was lovely. Steve Pilfold says, I've been a geocacher for about 12 years now. So, you know, if you want to know where the geocaches are, ask Mr. Pilfold. It's nothing actually that Mr. Pilfold has not done, to be fair. He gets about a lot. When you're on your trains, can you stop the train and nip off and go and find a geocache, and then I suppose people do hide them in stations. That would be interesting. Claire Leach has just said something, but it's just scrolled past. Hang on a minute. I've got to try and find... This is not working. I need this a lot higher. Claire Leach says, I went geocaching with my daughter. Couldn't find the first one, so we gave up. Now come on, Claire. That's not the way to be. Giving up. Try again. Someone apparently had removed it. Well, that can happen, but then you can go off and look and see if someone has removed the next one. And then you know, it becomes a game. Has somebody removed the next geocache? I don't know. I will find out. Yes, all right, Mum. OK, daughter. Why are you speaking the same as me? I don't know. I'm just an impersonation from Vobes' mouth. Are you? You're sure you're not really my daughter? No, I thought you were my daughter. No, I'm getting myself confused. You're very confused. Yes, confused. Anyway, Robert Crosser is laughing, says, Doctor Who and his assistant. Yeah, I'm always assisting the lovely Julia as much as I possibly can. Lynn Bussey says, love. Love is the sweetest thing. Now, that's a hollow. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that's a hollow. Oh, what, a hollow road, a hollow way. You mean up there? That's the old A24, in fact. Mr. Crosser, aren't they usually called the Doctor's companions? Oh, I don't know if they're called companions, friends, workmates, colleagues. I mean, I suppose if they were at Sainsbury's, they would be... Is it Sainsbury's? They would be colleagues, which is such a horrible word, isn't it? Colleagues.
Would one of our colleagues please come to aisle 3, please? A little old lady there's dropped a jam pot.
Which, you know, often goes...
Would one of our assistants please would have a cleaner, please? A cleaner, please come to aisle 7, please. We've got some ice cream on the floor. Would the managing director of the supermarket today please take the day off so we can all relax? And could somebody please go and find a doctor and get something to stop this superglue sticking my fingers to my nose, please?
Stuart Douch has arrived at Stuart and I, or is it Stuart and me? I don't know. Anyway, he's here. It's lovely to see him. Mark McLeod is saying, watching two scenes at once here. Master Chef in France. Bonjour, monsieur. I will cook tonight a croissant avec la tode, with the legs hacked off. And to do such a thing will be impossible. But of course, this is a master chef, so we will get the passion, and we will get the anguish, and we will get... Oh, well, it looks all right, doesn't it? Know what I mean? Yeah, let me just try see what that... Hang on, you've got to be bald to be him, haven't you? Let me just see. It's all right, but, you know, have you really been working hard enough? That's what we got to ask ourselves, because it's people like you with stupid accents like that. we don't permit on French MasterChef. And if you do any more of that, I'm going to take this great big knife, I don't know what it's, hatchet, and hack your head off, mate. See what I mean? Oh, ha, my head, it has come off. Oh, flambe. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, he's watching two screens, apparently. Not quite sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Anyway, nice. Nice hat, says the lovely Julia. Thank you very much indeed. That was a great video, says Dave Baker. Just shows you how far behind these comments are, because I have no idea. Hobby horse for Julia and Richard. Hobby horses. Yes. At Christmas time, it's only a few days away now, but still time, ladies and gentlemen, for you to go out to the hobby horse shop and purchase a lovely hobby horse. Actually, a unicorn would be good for the lovely Julia. A nice unicorn. Please, not pink. She doesn't like pink. Whereas for me, I wonder what I should have. Maybe either a kangaroo. A hobby horse kangaroo would be quite good. I could be Skippy, couldn't I? Skippy, Skippy, Skippy the bush kangaroo. Boop, boop. Or something. Steve Pilfold says, I'm not on the trains, I'm on a signal box. Oh, all right, please yourself. I suppose with your in the signal box, do you have one of those signal boxes that goes... Oh, it's better than being perhaps on the old Apollo missions, because they used to sit there, didn't they, and always clicking buttons. You remember those films, the old films? I always think that's quite funny, really, that they're clicking those buttons in the old films, in the Apollo films. It's like, oh, I better go and just check to see what the atmospheric pressure is on the planet X. Well, the moon. This is code, planet X, by the way. The moon. I'll check the atmospheric pressure. Yeah, because we might want to do a bit of a walk. Yeah, we might, mightn't we? I'll just check it. So there's a lot of button push. You'd think that they would either have a screen, because things are clever, and just go atmospheric pressure, click one button, you know, or have a like an Alexa thing where you can go, Alexa, please can you check the oh, by the way, if I say Alexa, how many people's radios have just started up? Alexa, play War of the Worlds by Jeff Wayne. Bum, bum, bum. Playing War of the Worlds now by Jeff Wayne and his orchestra right in the room right now. Wait for it. Oh, I can't find it in your Amazon library. Have you paid your subscription recently? And by the way, I've been listening to the last 20 minutes of your life and I disagree with everything you say. And I'm saying things to the government because we're worried about you here at Amazon.com. Oh, don't be so silly. Yeah, but there's a lot of button pushing in that was what I was getting up to. When I'm in the new year, I will have a moment to breathe, says Steve Pilfold, going blue, holding his breath. Robert Crosser says, what a great ham, LOL. Is that what you're having for Christmas? A great ham? That would be lovely, wouldn't it? I did do a boiled ham one year. Gammon, you know. I did a lovely one, and the kids ate it all up. I didn't get any. It's a booming shame. Todd Desborough says, I think there's snails on my plate. Ah, have they got fartigo, escargot? Oh, never mind. What are you doing at Christmas, Richard, says Daniel. What am I? Well, I'm not there yet. What do you mean, what am I doing? I haven't even got there. Are you in some time machine looking, going, what are you doing, Richard? What are you doing? I'm probably sitting on my own, to be honest. A number of people have been concerned about the old Vobie One-Eyed Kenobi, and they've been saying, oh, Mr. Vobes, poor Mr. Vobes, poor, impecunious, lonely Mr. Vobes. What will you be doing on Christmas Day? Well, of course, at 3:03, I shall be going, my husband and I would like to say, well done, everyone, for getting through another year. It has been a tumultuous year this year, for things not to go according to plan. We were hoping to have left the Brexit world much sooner than anything could have prevented us. But unfortunately, there are such things as prime ministers and members of the government. If only we could get rid of them, everything would be all right. That's my Christmas message. Until the next time, goodbye, everyone. See, I have to, sometimes I have to stand in for the Queen. I know it's a complete, you wouldn't have known, would you? Obviously, I wouldn't wear this hat. She's got a slightly heavier one. Anne Osborne says, this is better than the television. Yes, it is far better than the television, because the television, Anne, is in black and white, and I've got sort of sepia colour. Sepia colour. Sepia self, mate. Lovely Julia is talking. Legend is on my list of some whatever. Steve Pilfold, good old Steve Pilfold's fingers move so swiftly over that keyboard. I have never worked a lever. What? I haven't worked a lever frame box for 3 years, but yes, I did work them before when I was working in the London area. Oh, in the London. The metropolis, you would think, no, where they had those big, during the war, didn't they? They had the searchlights going up for Batman, and the red phone, Commissioner Gordon, and all of that. You'd think London, with with the Gherkin and the Shard and the other monstrosities that they've erected up there, with all that technology, you would think that they would have been one of the first places. With the amount of traffic and the amount of people travelling on those trains, you would have thought, would you not? It would not have thought, would you not? I tell you, it's an absolute liberty. Isn't it marvellous? Isn't it marvellous? I'll say, Sid, isn't it? Isn't it? Tony Hancock, by the way. It's ruddy marvellous. Half a pint? That's very nearly an armful. No, stop it. Oh, no. Still mucking about. Hancock's half hour. No, you'd think with the ability, ladies and gentlemen, of the technology of the advances, that the golden levers, you would think that was the one they have in, is it Japan or China? The bullet train. You would think, would you not, that they would have got rid of the levers? They would have been the first to go. And no doubt when they start to replace ow, just ripped my neck. When they start to replace the levers, I imagine that they'll get, things like the Amstrad 1040. Do you remember the Amstrad 1040? Well, one of those old, or the BBC computers. Do you remember that? Or the what was that rubbery one? The the ZX Spectrum. Spectrum. Dun 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 dun. Boo! Captain Scarlet. No, not that Spectrum. Was that Spectrum? Yeah, that was Spectrum, wasn't it? Anyway, George Timperley says, Richard, what you on about? I am a king. King repellent. No, what is it? No. I am king, a replica of LB and SCR railway signal. LB, pounds and sugar. Is that pounds and sugar? LBS, isn't that pounds? That's old words for pounds and sort of. Anyway, it doesn't matter. George simply says he's making one in his garden, life size. It's funny how these old trains that people make. I always think it's funny when they say, "I'm making one a scale model of this, that, other," and then others say, "Oh, it's a life size." You don't get many people going, "I'm making a train set. Yes, it's 5 times life size. It's huge. I'm going to make one bigger than the planet." That would be quite interesting, wouldn't it? Robert Crosser says, word association tonight. Well, word association. All right, I'll say a word, and you've got to say the same word back to me. Fish. Very good. Dean Cooper says, Richard, have you ever been to Camber Castle? Is that the one that's on the... Oh, no, not that one. That's got an adverse camber, isn't it? Date of build was around 1540. Oh, 20 to 4. By English Heritage. I didn't think English Heritage actually made them. That's now you've revealed something there. That is, I thought they looked after, but you're saying that they make... I bet, actually, before I was born, which is in the 80s, I bet that the guys at English Heritage were a bit worried. They're going, oh, we haven't got enough heritage, There's this bloke he's born and he's going to be bald and he's going to go around making videos, and there's not enough ancient bits of old England for him. Otherwise, he's going to rant every day about, you know, things like getting out of the EU. So we can't have that. We're going to divert his attention. So we'll go round and build some half-built castles, and we'll make some ruins of some old bridges, and we'll cock up some timber-framed houses, and we'll just fill it in with a bit of clay and some horsehair, and nobody will mind. And he can go around with his camera on his gimbal and film it. And I didn't realise it was English Heritage who made those things, but thanks very much. There's a lot of gammon about this year, says Steve Pilfold. Do you know, the lovely Julia does a lovely gammon stew, I have to say, and she showed me how to make it, and I've been making it. But the supermarket that's near me, who I won't mention with the big M, I didn't say that, they I don't know what part of the gammon they use, those little gammon pigs that go running around, but whatever part of the gammon they use, it doesn't fall apart the way that the lovely Julia's. She's got a different part of the gammon thing. So, is gammon your favourite, says Richard Vobes. I like chicken. I like chicken. I like ham. What's the difference between ham and gammon, if it comes to it? Is ham cold and gammon hot? Is that how it is? What is the difference? Somebody can tell me. I know they come from the same animals. It's not like just this one pig that we get all the gammon in the world from, and we'd be worried, you know, that it's like fossil fuels. We're all going to run out of gammon. Oh my God, what are we going to do? We're going to run out of gammon. Oh, we better find something cleaner, something more that doesn't eat too much stuff, and we isn't going to sort of cause too much problems. Oh, what are we going to do? So, yeah, no, I do know that. London area controlled from the epicentre. That's London. Are you telling me that London is controlled in Crawley? Oh my God! No wonder the trains go very slow. They crawl along. See what I did there? Little wordplay. That was an original bit of wordplay there from. Yeah. Okay. Claire Leach says you're going to wear yourself out, Richard. No. No. I'm not going out tonight. I'm not going out to wear anything this evening. I'm going to be going straight up to the bed to have a snooze when I've finished. Robert Crosser says, operated a few ground frames in my time. He says, ground frames? Was that, it's like they sound like early computers, don't they? Those, what are they like, what are those early computers called? Computers, that's right. Yeah, like mainframe. Oh, that's a different thing, isn't it? Mainframe. Steve Pilfold, we haven't heard from him. He says, I'll post some stuff about it on the group page. Do you have to? Possibly make more sense about levers. Love to see some lovely pictures of some levers. Let's make it our Christmas thing that this year, over Christmas, how many levers can you spot? Wherever you are. They don't have to be in signal boxes, by the way. They might be door levers. They might be levers to lever up a car onto a small block of bricks as you nick the wheels. Levers. Let's levers out, mate. No, stop it. Levers. Let's see if we can find some levers. That would be good. And I'm not talking about school levers either, just before you say anything. Cushy Phil, on the other hand, is saying, evening all. I've just tuned in because I fell asleep. I thought I was watching Monty Python for a minute. Oh, you lucky person. Can't say the proper words, obviously, from Life of Brian, because I'll get done for plagiarism. And after all, it's blasphemous, isn't it? You mustn't say, oh, otherwise you'll get Donald Duck coming after you. George Timperley says LB and Sugar is the London, Brighton and South Coast Railway in the south, going across the land by the sea on trains. Thanks for the clarity. Mark McLeod says, I shall have to make some of my chili recipes at some time. Have you had chili and cherry pie ice cream before? Chili and cherry ice cream, what? Like chili con carne with a few cherries thrown in? Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean? Is it? You don't mean that. Is it? This is a dessert, is it? Cherry pie and... No, I haven't, to be honest with you. Send me in a little food parcel. Send me some chili and send it via Iceland so it gets a bit colder. So it really is chili and cherry ice pie. That would be very nice. Do send that. Hang on, I've got to scroll down a bit now. Hold on. Just keep your ears lifted. Please don't go on about... I'm not going on about it. I just mentioned it in passing. In passing. I have to Google, so it's like ham. Gammon is like ham. Yes, gammon. I don't know whether it is ham or not ham. It's not in horse ham. The lovely Julia says, ham is sliced. That's all I know. Yeah, so there must be a difference between ham and gammon. Maybe gammon is French. I'm on Master Chef. Today I've got rid of my flambeau and my strongbow. And I am going to cook gammon. Gammon is, how you say, very, very nice. It's magnifique. It's magnificent. It is rather... look at that. There's a frog leg coming out of my gammon. It's very small. It's got a big mouth. It go a ribbit. Hello, I am a little gammon. A ribbit. Escargot. Yes, Arthur Escargot. I like him. Dean Cooper... Ham is another part of the pig. Oh, what part of the pig is it? What part is gammon? This is Claire Leach, by the way. What? No, this is Richard Vobes. That Claire Leach is clearly out there watching. What part of the gammon... Yeah, bonjour. Stop it. What part is the gammon? Hello. And which part is the am? Am? I like to know. I say, absolute shower. Which part is the ham? I really must know, don't you know? Don't you know? My mum is from East Ham. Oh, is she? How lovely. See, is that the gammon end or is that the other end? Bloody Nora, what's he on? Says Robert Crosser. No, I'm on the floor, mate. I'm on the floor tonight. Linda Kane says gammon is the lower part of the side of the pig, including the legs, smoked and cured. Ham is a general term. General term? Thank you. Okay, General. Now then. Where's your privates? Oh, no, don't look for the gammon's privates, please. So what's pork? Says Glenn. Here we're having a right old pig of a conversation today, aren't we? Yeah, what? So, hang on. We got gammon is one part of the pig. Is that like the upper part? The ham is the other part. The other part. I didn't think it was a cow. Wait. Which part is pork? Porky pig. Which part is the pork? That's the thing. Linda says it's uncured. Yeah, well, obviously then it means it's dead, because if it was cured, it would still be alive, wouldn't it? Nigel Sadler says, I'm still food shopping. I've got to watch this later. Yeah, whilst you're there, can you get some ham, some gammon and some pork sausages and then determine which bit is which? Dean Cooper says, ham is gammon, a sally part of a pig. A what? A salty. Sorry, a salty part of the pig. So... it doesn't help, does it? Because if you've got ham, say you've got a slice of ham, there it is, you've got a slice. I'll have a slice of ham, please. Thank you. Nice slice of ham, there it is, nice slice of ham. I'll put it on my bread. There it is, it's on my bread. I'll season it now. There we are, a bit of salt. Oh, bother, no. I've turned the ham into gammon. I put salt on it and that's gammon. Oh, silly me. Maybe if I put a bit of pepper on, it becomes a piece of pork. Who knows? It's very confusing, this pig business. Richard Suggett to the word. Isn't the... Oh, it's gone. Isn't the iced very gammon brined? So I can't read. You know when it just is half written and that's what it's done. Dan Thompson is oh wow. Oh wow! That doesn't help. Richard Suggett says difference, not iced veg. Good. I'm not quite sure what you're on about. Linda Kane. Now, the sanity of Linda Kane is going to put us into absolute thing. Ham is a joint, can be sliced, can also be made from reformed pork. This is not helping. So you could get a whole load of pork and stuff it together under pressure, presumably, and then that becomes, what, a gammon or a ham? Or ham pork? Or gammon pork? Or gammony pork ham? This is a new product. It is called gammon pork ham. And you can have gammon pork ham in all sorts of different ways, but please don't salt it. It doesn't like it. Hang on, we've got big lumps of text here. Dan Thompson says gammon is the name given to the meat from the hind legs of a pig that has been cured in the same way as bacon. Oh yeah, forgot about bacon. The main difference between gammon and ham is that gammon will be sold raw and needs to be cooked, whereas ham is sold cooked or dry cured and ready for eating. Okay, I think that makes more sense. So one is basically raw and one is in a state of cookedness, whether still needs a bit more cooking. And what have you. I think we've got there now. Where is spam on the pig? Spam? Yes, spam. That's what the spam on the pig is, when you get unwanted emails from him. And he's going, yeah, I could got a very nice... everything's all French tonight, I don't know why. Mark McLeod says, it is a dessert indeed. Yes, this gammon pork pig. I will have to make it for you. It must be fresh. The whole thing is about balance. Oh, warm or cold? Escargot, yuck. Let the French, Greeks and Romans keep them. Yes, quite right. Pork is the main body. So, see, nobody really knows. I think everybody's just making it completely up, this. John Berger's got an opinion. And what is it, John? He says gammon is raw off the bone, raw off the pig. Ham is cured or otherwise. That's just what I said. I know you wrote that before I got to it. I know. The chili and cherry pie ice cream, he says, not the gammon ice cream with a cherry on the note. Let's get past this gammon business. Time is against us now. And, you know, we've had a lot of mileage out of that pork and pig and gammon, but it's been fun, ladies and gentlemen. I've certainly enjoyed it. Steve Pilford says, what about chorizo? No, please, stop it already. Chorizo is a strange, it's like a very hard, it's like gammon and pork and ham, all compacted together with a whole load of some sort of hot, spicy chili type stuff, and then compressed in probably a cheese press until you can't do anything else with it. Claire Leach says, yeah, but what about bacon? No, stop it. If you boil it, it's boiled, but, oh, God, don't, for goodness. Hamburger, why are hamburger? Are hamburgers made from ham? Because they're not always made from ham, are they? They're made from, are beef burgers made? Dave Baker says, I'm laughing so much. This is so funny. Great comedy. Thank you very much, Dave Baker. I'll come round your house and tell you all the differences between ham and mustard, and we'll be fine. Linda Kane. Oh, here we go. Linda Kane. Oh, please, can we stop the ham stuff? I'm hamming it up enough. Gammon is a British name for a type of ham. Like other hams, it is part of the hind leg of the pork after it's been cured. I'm going to the chop house. Yeah, does anybody enjoy the humour of W.C. Fields? I was watching, whilst I was eating my chicken, not ham, this evening, some videos of W.C. Fields, just to, you know, keep my mind on current affairs. I like these modern comedies. In the 1930s, he's so fun. I mean, male chauvinist, yes, I know. People will, you know, there'll be the hand of God coming down on me going, oh no, you mustn't watch that. It's all very sexist and male chauvinist. And yeah, but it was in the 1930s. And you know what? It's bloody funny. It's just funny. Get over it. So anyway, I was watching some of that. I'm going to the chop house. And he's just hilarious. The less he does, the more funnier it is. Anyway, they're still going on about ham, so I'm going to ignore all that. Just before we go, here's the Christmas cards I wanted to tell you about. Look at this beautiful card here. This is Countryside Winter, it says. An original painting by Martin G. Fluke. And it is a fluke that it was sent to me, because this is from Martin and Diane Fluke, and also Hardy the Pointer. That's their son, who goes round, look at that! Look at that! Oh, look at that! Look at that! No, it's a dog. It's a dog. It's not, I don't know whether they have a son. I think they do actually have a son, actually. Anyway, yeah, because they've got an Airbnb. course I have. Now, this lady, I don't know if Mark with a Q is out there, but he will remember we met this lovely lady and her husband when we were in Avebury. And we were doing a little walk, doing a podcast, and we met this lovely lady who was telling us about that she lived in the same village. I can't remember the village's name now. That we were staying in our Airbnb, and we spoke for a while about the world and its issues. Anyways, very kindly, she has tracked me down and sent me a Christmas card. So thank you very much for that. That's very kind of you. Also, I have here another Christmas card. These will eventually go on the board there. Happy Christmas from Terence Dackham. And he put in there, I can tell you, a £20 note. He was very generous, very nice man. As he says in here, keeping my patronage going. So, yeah, let's stick you up on the thing here. Oh, right down. I dropped the other one. We'll shove that up there. Look at that. There we are. It's nice and jolly, isn't it? I thought there was another one. No. But then, oh yes, here it is. There was another one, ladies and gentlemen. I know what I'm doing. Here we go. A holiday wish, it says. It says, I wish you would stop broadcasting. And this is by Susan Wingets, whoever she might be. It says, may your holiday be filled with everything the season can bring. What a lovely thought. Everything the season can bring. Sleet, snow, hail, cold wind. Brr. Lovely thought, though. Hope the Essie is keeping you warm. From Charles. This is not, you know, king to be, king in waiting, king who's been waiting very long time. No, this is Charles Aloysius Stell. Aloysius is the bit I made up, but it seems to fit. So thank you very much, Charles Stell. We will put you up there with the rest. There are some others to go up there, but I'll try and find those in due course. And finally, from Ella and her mother and father, there are these lovely little presents which have come in. That's a time bomb. I don't know what that is. That's probably a piece of gammon. And another one for the lovely Julia and I. But I can't open them yet, ladies and gentlemen, because I daren't open them before the lovely Julia comes in. Otherwise, I'll be in big trouble. So we don't know when the lovely Julia's coming in, but she will be coming in soon, I'm sure. There's probably a whole load of comments there that I've missed. And to be honest with you, I think I've missed the best. Grr says, my computer froze up. Did I miss much, says Dean Cooper. Yeah, you missed a lot of piggy jokes. Daniel says, well done, amazing show, Richard. Is there a live show on Friday evening? There, do you know, there might be. Now, am I right thinking, Daniel, that you are the Lego bricks bloke on YouTube, that you like to comment? This morning, I was slightly suspicious this morning. I put up today's video with the lovely Julia and I on the Ashurst Walk, and I pressed the publish button. Seconds after I pressed the publish button, there was a comment saying, awesome video, really cool, or whatever it is, you know, the same thing that you say on all the videos, let's be fair. And I thought, wait a minute, you haven't even looked at it. You just wanted to get your comment in first. It's funny how people, every now and again on YouTube, I'll get somebody just going, first. It's like, first what? First to be born? No. First to watch the video? Actually, no, because I've seen it, I've edited it, I put it together, I've uploaded it, I've watched it myself, so no. First to comment? Yes, but just the word first means nothing. And I'm very tempted, if people do that, just to delete it and go, nah, 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 it's not now there. So I don't quite understand what that's all about, but people seem to do that. William Glazer says, going to the Plop House, more like. Oh, well done. Mark McLeod, going to the Plop House. Oh, he's going on about hamburgers. Look, we've done hamburgers, okay? Hamburgers are made from beef, and they got their name from Germany. They're made from beef, and they got their name from Germany, where they got a beginning and the guy who made them from Hamburg. Oh, it would be, wouldn't it? It would be. It's just like one stage more of complication. It's about hamburgers, beef burgers, yeah, cheeseburgers. Yeah, but see, cheeseburger, that still has ham in it. or beef in it, doesn't it? It's not strictly just cheese in a brioche, that bread stuff that they use. Let's discuss sardines. Yeah, anyone got a tin handy? Claire Leach says, sorry, I haven't sent a Christmas card. Oh, please yourself. I'm not sending any of this year or donating to charity. I'm not doing nothing. All right, fair dues. We came all that way. Came all that way when you were low. All that way when you were all miserable and you needed self-appraisal and beefing up a bit. And I get nothing. I get nothing from you, Claire. I don't get a Christmas card. She doesn't love me anymore. When I first met Claire, she said, oh, I was worried I might swoon. But not now. Oh, no, I'm only joking, Claire. Please don't send me a Christmas card. I'm only joking, because she's very sensitive, is our Claire. She'll be going, oh, my God, I better get a Christmas card quickly. Oh, dear Richard, I'm so sorry. Here's £100,000 to make up for it. Well, actually, the £100,000, that bit you could do, of course. But the Christmas card, don't worry about that. Just stuff an envelope full of cash and send it straight to me immediately. That would be good. Glenn Johnson says, been raining for 4 days. Oh, he thinks he's king now, does he? That's charming, that is. Anyway, the weather outside is frightful. The weather outside is frightful. The weather inside delightful. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I think, ladies and gentlemen, we've done an hour. I think it's time to go. I'm just looking at the clock there. The live clock, as Mr. The man has announced. That is the live clock. I'm pointing. You can't see where I'm pointing. I'm pointing off camera. It's funny, when I do that, my finger elongates, doesn't it? Makes me look like I've got really long, old, knurled fingers, like Scrooge. Yes, I've got very long fingers. Anyway, got no more material. No more material, like I had some material to begin with. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the show. Leave a comment. Oh, you have. And don't forget, I shall be back on Friday. Which is 2 days' time. Yeah, that'll be the 21st, won't it? Even I can work that bit out. So not quite Christmas. We'll find out if the old Vobie, one-eyed Kenobi, has worked that out. By the way, before I go, nearly forgot. The Christmas walk. Is anybody up for the Christmas walk? I should have done this much earlier. Nigel Sadler rang me and he said, don't forget to mention the Christmas walk. We're going to do it at Christmas. It's going to be on the 29th of December. Christmas walk. It's going to happen. I will post some stuff in the Bald Explorer group. Please go and check that. It's happening at about 10:30 for an 11 o'clock start at Sisbury Ring, and we're going to go up. We're not going to go to Chantonbury. We're going to walk around the Sisbury Ring. It's not going to be 7 miles. It's only going to be up onto the top. We'll take a flask of coffee. We'll take some sandwiches. We're going to have a bit of a laugh, whatever the weather, unless it's horrible. So, you know, obviously it's not going to happen. But hopefully it will, and we'll be up there and down there before anything. You can bring your brandy butter and a few mince pies. It'll be absolutely fantastic, and hope to see you then on the 29th of December. Anyway, I've got to go. I've had enough of this world for tonight. I've got a nice sleepy bars to go to. So thank you so much for watching. It's been fun. If you've been affected by anything I've said, if you feel personally insulted by anything I've said, don't forget to write your letter of complaint on the back of a £20 note and send it straight to me. I will, of course, read it very carefully as I take it down to the bank. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to disembark in the usual fashion. I hope that you have a lovely Christmas. Well, you won't have it. Well, you might have it. You might have it early. I don't know. I can't. I'm not a mind reader, am I? You know. Yeah. I've got enough books to be a book reader, but not a mind reader. Anyway, thank you so much. Lovely. I'm so trying to go. You see, trying to go. I'm sure you're doing comments, but I can't see. I've changed the screen now, you see, so I can press the button to say goodbye. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much. I'll see you soon. Enjoy yourselves. And what? Oh, yeah, say goodbye. Yeah, I'm trying to say goodbye, mate. Thanks. And say goodbye. 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 Goodbye, dear. Goodbye.